Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, Reactorites? John here, and it's time to talk about Scream 2022. This is the new movie in the Scream world, and we have new characters that are being introduced, and then we also have returning characters, especially fans of the first film, with Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, with Courtney Cox as Gail, and also the fan favorite David Arquette as Dewey. And with those characters, really, really enjoyable to see them just come back into the franchise again and seeing them just after many years, and also seeing how they relate to this new story with new characters, younger cast. With this Scream, it's still pays homage to horror films and also to the Scream films, and it's a lot of fun just with the jokes. And I really like how it pokes fun of itself, and also movies that are in a franchise where you want to continue the story, you want to introduce new characters, but you also have to have legacy characters like Sydney and Dewey and Gail, and you also want to tell like a new story so that it feels fresh, and it talks about that, it makes fun of it, and I had fun just watching this movie. But yeah, for me, like, the first Scream, still a classic, and for this movie, it's still fun, but I wouldn't say it was something that was like, wow, this is so amazing. It was more of the feeling of, I had fun with it. It was a fun movie to watch, but that's pretty much it. And it's just cool seeing these characters return. But other than that, it's I won't think that this is like, oh yeah, this is such an awesome event film, like everybody's got to watch it. It's more of a just come check it out. You're gonna have a fun time, and you're gonna get to see Ghostface killing, and there's the mystery behind it. That's with these Scream films where you're figuring out who's in the mask, and why are they doing this, and how are they related to the victims, because we all know the killer's identity is always somehow related to the main characters. But yeah, let's talk about, let's say, Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott, and then you have Courtney Cox as Gail, and with David Arquette as Dewey. So they're back. They get to live their life. We get to see where they're at now. So Courtney as Gail, she's a morning personality, and then you have Neve as Sydney. She's got her family she's taking care of, and then you see Dewey and how his past mistakes have affected him. With this, I enjoyed how they touched upon that, but I did wish that we get to see more of that, more of the relationship between all three of them, because I felt like it was a little bit too much of, or a little less of their relationship, because they're trying to focus more on the new characters. But I do like this more because it really has more of them doing things together compared to, let's say, other franchises like Ghostbusters Afterlife, where, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that yet, characters, legacy characters, they don't have a lot of screen time. But then there are other films that I thought did a really great job of bringing back characters that people like from the past. For example, Spider-Man No Way Home. Here, it kind of touches on that. It's a little bit more than Ghostbusters Afterlife, but a little bit less than Spider-Man No Way Home. But for me, I wanted to see more of that because I enjoy seeing these characters together. I still enjoy like the stuff with the new characters, like some of the new characters. The others just felt more like cannon fodder. Of course, you have the main two. You have Jenna Ortega as Tara, and then you have Melissa Barrera as Sam. With this, it's intriguing, the mystery behind these two characters with Sam and Tara. For me, I had fun trying to figure out how the killer is related to them, and also how this is going to tie into the history of Scream, especially with the first film, and how everything connects. Then we have Jack Quaid as Richie, and I do like his character. He's kind of like the person that's not into the horror stuff, and so he's trying to catch up on all this, and he's the boyfriend to Melissa, and he's just trying to figure things out. And then we have Dylan Minnette as Wes Hicks, and with Dylan as Wes, Not much to his role, but I wish there was more of it. But I did like, out of the new cast, the one that I really had fun watching was Jasmine as Mindy. And as Mindy, she's this group's horror expert, but also online expert and the community online social media, where she knows things about how fans react to franchises. And this movie pokes fun of just social media and how hardcore fans are, especially like on platforms like Reddit. And I love like how the character talks about how you have to navigate towards certain things for franchises to please the hardcore fans, but also the casual fans out there too, and just newcomers and just the regular movie-going audience. And I think with this film, with Scream, and how Mindy's talking about certain things, like it parallels the franchise and how they're doing things, like not just this franchise, but other franchises like Star Wars. But yeah, no, it's just really interesting to see how social media and online platforms relate to this world. And I think that some of it might be off-putting for some people, but then others are definitely going to enjoy it. But for me, the first part of it, I was like, oh, this is fun. This is cool how they're talking about this. But then it kind of got really too much into the negative aspects of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's whatever's, or it's like too hokey or too much out there and too much of wow. It's like, it feels like the writers are being very petty. That's what it feels like to me. Yeah, I believe that part's going to be either hit and miss for certain people. And with Scream, like overall, like I enjoyed just the returning characters coming back, having their moment to shine, and just introducing a new story, but also how it relates to the old story, and getting to just see all the jokes and the influences and the references of this movie and past movies. Yeah, this movie is very meta, but done in a way that's entertaining, that's still part of that Scream formula, because Scream, the first Scream, they always talk about the horror cliches and what to do and what not to do, and this fits the mold with that, compared to other films where it's just trying to like reference itself, but done in a way that's just like, oh, this is so bad, this is awful. But yeah, with this movie I had a fun time, but this is in no way, shape, or form comparable to the first film in terms of it, whether it's going to be a classic or not in the future. So these are my thoughts on Scream 2022. Let me know what your thoughts are, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel. With that said, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.